Good evening, coaches.
Good evening.
It's Tuesday, and we've got a special call planned out for you. Tonight, we are going to be covering the questions that you had in regards to our 21-day fix. our 5-day clean eating group. And as you know, it was a hit. We have two groups running with over 100 people in each one.
Over 200 people.
Over 200 people, guys. That is huge. That is huge, especially for this time of the year. Because if we're getting 200 people right now, can you imagine what's Can you hear us? Can you hear us? We froze up already anyway.
Let's see if that happened last time. Can you open up mine? Are we back on?
Guys, I do not know what's happening here. Can y'all hear me? Nothing.
You didn't dial in?
Looking for.
Here. I'll dial in, okay? Over here. Hey, your water bottle was outside.
Water bottle? Yeah.
Should what?
I don't know what's going on. Just totally locked up. Wow.
We're back.
Yeah, we really need to get this resolved. But anyhow, the good thing is that we haven't dived into the call yet, so you have not missed anything. But like we said, we have had a hit with these 5-day clean eating challenges. And it's super important that you guys understand what we're doing in these 5-day clean eating groups, okay? Some of you have been a little bit confused. Some of you have had some questions, and we want to make sure that we answer them tonight. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to bring up that slide that we shared before. We broke down the call, we broke down the 5-day clean eating group, and we're going to go through it again. Now that you've been exposed to it, it makes a little bit more sense. And then hopefully, if internet connection is strong enough, we're going to go ahead and dive right to the group. So the Facebook group, and I'm going to show you like real life examples, like how this is working. Okay, and then we'll open it up for the questions that you have.
Good.
Sounds good.
All right, guys, and as he's opening it up, ultimately the objective, and we've mentioned these in previous calls, is to be able to create a good turnover rate. We want you to be able to ultimately have as many people join you for the 21-day full-on challenge as possible. And in order to do so, we're going to break down the aspects. And I titled this call the Psych behind these 5-day groups. And that's exactly what Ray is going to dissect and be able to describe to you section by section, the psychology behind the 5-day groups. And this is super important in order for you to be able to create a group that ultimately has a good turnover rate.
Okay, so as you can see, I'm sharing two things. One is a bird's eye view of these 4 steps, these 4 groups that we're creating. And 2 is this calendar, so you can see how it's all going to flow. Right now, we opened up our clean eating group on Monday the 19th, and we're currently on so day 2 of this clean eating group. And in 2 weeks, we are going to be opening up a 21-day challenge. Okay, 21-day challenge is opening up on November 2nd.
Right, and we're pointing this out so that you remember and keep in mind that this 5-day group is ultimately a small part of a marketing plan. It is the first section of your entire marketing plan.
Exactly. So after November 2nd, we have a sneak peek, a coach sneak peek on November 16th. That is going to be followed by a coach basics starting on November 23rd. So those are the 4 elements of this marketing campaign. The clean eating group, the 21-day challenge, the coach sneak peek, and the coach basics. Okay, all of those dates can be found on our Facebook group. It is the actual profile picture, so you know the dates now. Okay, so let's go ahead and talk about this process once again. Our clean eating group, like Steph said, I'm gonna tell you, we have a we want to make sure happen in these 5 days. Okay, right now, I want you to remember that you are a part of our group for learning purposes. Next month, you guys are going to be teaming up with each other or possibly running these, on your own. So you're going to be responsible for this. But for this month, you're part of our group and we're leading it. So we're taking care of all of this right now. We just want you guys to watch and we want you guys to learn so you can implement it next month. Okay, so the things that we want to cover in this group, first and foremost, this group, it is not about giving them all the answers, giving them the solutions. I want to make that perfectly clear. This 5-day clean eating group is not a 5-day challenge. This is not a join my group and in 5 days all your problems are going to be solved. This isn't one of those join my group and in 5 days, you're going to be cured from what's ailing you. That's not what this group is. The whole purpose of this group is what we call discovery. And discovery means we want to discover what people want help with. And when you took a look at how everybody responded to the day 1's post, you could see that everybody is different and everybody wants something different. Everybody needs something different. And that is the big purpose behind this clean eating group, is to identify what people need help with. Now, we're not trying to solve their problem, and I'm not problem, but hey, I need help with this. We're not trying to solve it in 5 days. That's not the objective. The objective is to find out what they need with. We also want to establish our authority. We are the beach body coaches. We are the ones that are running this show. We are the ones that know where to the programs or the structure to help you out. Okay, so we want to ask questions every day. You'll notice that we ask questions, and every day what we're trying to do is give some value. That's the next bullet point. Give some value and then ask a question. Okay, and the way this works is the question that I ask on Monday is going to provide content on during the week. And same Tuesday, ask on Tuesday is going to provide the content for later on during the week. Also want to establish a community, guys. We want people talking. And as you can see in the so far, people are talking. And it's a beautiful thing, because if you noticed on day 1, when we opened up the question, we asked people to introduce themselves, it started off a little bit slow. But as people started introducing what they do, who they are, a little bit about them, and what they needed help with, the other people in the community realized that somebody can relate. And so it allowed them to open up more. Oh, you work at a call center? So do I. Let me make sure that you know that. Or, oh, you're a busy mom? So am I. I love this group even more. So that's a big, big part of this clean eating group, is you are establishing the community that is going to continue to build your business. During these 5 days, we are going to also showcase transformation stories. And the important thing to know about this is that these transformations aren't a product of a clean eating group. Okay, that's not it. These transformations are a product of our community. They are people that have stuck with us, that have hopped into our 21-day challenge groups, and possibly even on board on our coaching team. And these are their stories. Okay, we want people to see what's possible after these free 5 days. Okay. Lastly, we want to create curiosity. We want to create curiosity. In these 5 days, our objective is to discover and to flirt. Our objective is to discover and to flirt. We want to let people know that there's something else coming, that it gets better than this, that there's more. And that's what we're doing in this clean eating group. In these 5 days, we're giving a little, but then we're also saying, hey, you know what? There's still more to come, so stick with us.
Right, and I love that flirting analogy, because that's exactly what we're constantly doing with people. When we have a new prospect, when someone says they're interested, then we take a step forward, they take a step forward. We take a step forward, they take a step forward. It's a constant dance, and a sure way to really, I just want you to imagine yourself on a first date, and you saying, I'd like to have a family, and then you're like, all right, let's go, let's get married. I want to have a kid, I want to have a family too. What do you think? 5 kids, 4 kids, 6 kids? What do you know? And then you're like, whoa, it's what you want. But do you want it all right now? And are you ready for it all right now? And the exact same thing with your prospects and your customers. It's a lot of them are on square one right now. And it's going to take a little bit of effort at a time. Does it mean that, yeah, they want it. They want health. They want to change their lives. But here, it's one step at a time, a little at a time, helping them create momentum, helping them create the courage and confidence within themselves, and slowly equip them and present what we have to offer to them.
Exactly. So I'm going to just finish out these 4 steps real quick. I'm not going to get too deep into them right now because we will when we get there. But then I'm going to go ahead and share with you the back end of these clean eating groups, so you can kind of put 2 and 2 together. So after these 5 days, guys, if you take a look at the calendar again, after these 5 days are going to end on November, not November, we're in October 23rd. Okay, we're going to end these 5 days on October 23rd. And from October 23rd all the way to November 2nd, we're going to be enrolling challengers into our 21-day challenge. That's where we want to plug them in. And that's where you really over-deliver the support. That's where you really go in there and share what you have to know about recipes and portion control and meal planning and, these things that you've learned and these tools that you have found. That's where you really, really give it to them. I mean, they're paying you $140, $160, and you're going to give them $500 worth of value, $1,000 worth of value, to where when they're done with those 21 days, there's no question in their mind that it was the best investment that they've made in a long, long time. During those 21 days, actually 14 days into those 21 days, so 2 weeks into those 3 weeks, we're going to be opening up a coach sneak peek. And as you can see, we're going back into discovery mode. We're going back into discovery mode, and we want to know now, what do they want out of an opportunity, possible home business opportunity? What do they want? So we're going to go back to that same format to where, we are back into discovery mode. We're really harping on the community of coaches that we have, and we are opening up the possibility. What could be possible? And from there, we're plugging them into Coach Basics, and Coach Basics, it's structured. Coach Basics is structured. 21 Day is structured by Beachbody. They give us content to use. So we go back into our support mode. We're going back to support mode, and we're answering the questions that they had, specifically during the discovery, during the coach sneak peek. So those are the 4 steps. The only other thing that we haven't covered is your ongoing support group, where you are plugging people in. But we will get there. We'll tell you how to use that. We'll tell you how to work with the people that are in there throughout the year. That'd be what Steph likes to call your incubator. Where you have people in there. They're constantly seeing what you have going on. Okay, so let's go ahead and dive into our group. So as you can see, day 1. This was day 1 in the group that I am hosting. Some of you guys aren't in this. You're in the group with Steph, but we're basically doing the same thing. So as you can see, we opened it up with a video. In this video, what I did was pretty much, establish authority, let people know what this group was about, and here's the big thing right here. If you can see this, tell us where you are from and what you do for a living. Also, what is your biggest obstacle question when it comes to food? That's the discovery. I want to know. So we had 28, 30 plus comments, and they're all different. Desiree, working out is easy. Diet is another story. All of this content that they're giving us is information. How can we help you? So if these are your prospects, you want to take note of this. Like Miguel, I believe Elvia, invited Miguel in. And, he's telling us he works from 9 to 5 in an office type environment, glued to his chair and computer. He's telling us what is hard for him and what he's looking for. I'm ready to change my eating habits and learn new and exciting things from you all. So he wants to learn. He's ready. He is ready. If he has a positive 5 days of an experience, then he is going to proceed into a 21-day challenge, provided we give him what he's looking for. Same thing here with Tammy. Tammy, she's been eating clean for 15 months. She's lost 80 pounds, and she wants to lose more and tone up. And she's 90% paleo, autoimmune disease has gone into remission. Like, this is stuff that you want to look. You want to write this down. Like, if this prospect, I'm thinking ahead of time. Like, remember, this 5 days is a discovery. We've got certain things that we want to do, but that doesn't mean I can't take down these notes and start looking up, information on Shakeology and autoimmune disease. I want that content. I want to be able to have that content ready for her, when we invite them to the 21-day challenge, because Shakeology is a big part of it.
It's a huge part of it. And guys, ultimately, this is what we want to do. Take all of your participants, write their names down, use Google file, or use a notebook with all your names, your list that you're keeping, and take these notes down. Ultimately, when you are talking to them and presenting to them, a program or Shakeology, then you know exactly how to tailor it based on their needs, right? We're not just selling programs here, buy this, buy that. We're showing them how we have a solution to what they have. And guys, there is no doubt that we do. Our products, what we have, they're drastically changing lives tremendously. And you have the power to be able to help them and place these tools in their hand in a way that helps them understand how it impact them personally, specific to their needs.
Exactly. Another really cool thing about this, guys, is as your groups, this is my group, we ran one last month, you're going to have people group, people to this group. This is a part. This is third part. You can reach out to them and ask for their work, ask them to help you. That's what I did. And with Jose, I sent them a message as soon as I shot this video. I sent them a message, and I let them know that. I asked, hey, can you help me out and introduce yourself again? You did it last month. Can you help me just get this ball rolling? And they were the first two to get the ball rolling. So what happens here is they are helping me build the community, and also they are getting to be a part of it. So when we get into our coach sneak peek, it's gonna mean a lot more to them. I'm gonna say, hey, remember when you helped me run this group? That's basically what we do. And they're gonna be like, oh, well, I can do that. That was fun. That was really cool to see all these people get engaged. I really like that. So that's a really, really cool part of this 5-day clean eating group. Now, that was day one. I want to show you day two. Okay, this was day two right here, and day two was a video. We had a theme to this month. Every month you can do a new theme where the tips that you were sharing are revolved around that theme. And this theme was grocery shopping. This was grocery shopping, and Coach Carrie, she went to the grocery store, and she had a very good tip. She had this recipe that she wanted to share, and when she made it, she went to the grocery store. And I don't know if you've ever done this, like you've got this new ingredient that you've never heard of, and you're kind of just walking around the grocery store, looking up at the aisles, trying to guess where it's at, and going down like 5 aisles before you ask somebody where it is because you're so frustrated.
Or guys, there's a lot of people who are better. Like I come across make a huge attempt because they don't lost because they're so self-conscious. And so many different ways.
So what happened here? Let me show you this right here. Okay, this was actually from yesterday. I want you to what should I give you first? Breakfast, lunch, or dinner? Ask a question. We're giving people opportunity to respond, and the majority said breakfast. So the next day, that's when Coach Carrie shot this video, and it was a recipe. And the tip that she was giving, she gave a recipe, but she also said, let's find this. Here's the cool part. I want to create curiosity. So she asked another question. My next video is going to be on there's one ingredient can you get, and we had people respond. What is it? I'll learn more about bread. I have no idea what is this ingredient that I need to avoid. So we want to create curiosity, and notice. I want you to notice here. Too much. We shared one tip. We didn't go and give them 10 all at once. That's not what we want to do. Just drip a little every day and get them to be more comfortable, build more trust with them, create curiosity and community, so it's easier for them to say yes when you invite them to your 21-day challenge that is starting right after this. Okay, so those are the two videos. That's how we're breaking it down, and we covered what you want to really check off of your list.
Right. So guys, as he was browsing through.
Can I stop the screen share?
Yeah. As he was browsing through the actual Facebook group, the underlying message here is build and show them a community. Is it?
Can you guys still hear us?
Can you type in the chat option if you can hear us? Oh, man. I'm going to do that.
We didn't get a message or anything, did we?
You We back?
All right.
All right. We're back.
Hopefully.
We can't see her. There you go.
All right. Great.
Phew. Where did we? I don't know. I just sent.
Were y'all guys able to hear everything? Yes?
We hear a lot of buttons being pushed. Because our screen was frozen and nothing was clicking. Okay.
I don't think. Can y'all hear us now?
I think it's just delayed. It's delayed.
Oh, sort of, yes. Okay. So let's go ahead and field your questions. What questions do y'all guys have that we address?
Also, so I was saying one more thing in regards to the group that, and we can save it to the end though.
Okay.
We'll leave time for questions. Questions. Can I read it?
Okay. Okay, keep the questions. If you have a question,
Yeah.
in.
We'll start. So go ahead.
Okay. I want to get a thumbs up if y'all guys can hear, because this is the important part. Perfect. Okay, so the question is, do you want us to ask them before they join what they are hoping to get out of it? I want you to add them first and then ask them what. That is a very, very important question to ask before the first video is loaded up. And so that actually brings me up to something else that I forgot to mention. And this is super important. Okay? And this is what we call the open and close cart. Open and close cart. We set a deadline when we were going to close this group. And that is super important. You need to do the same thing with your groups. We work off of deadlines. If we didn't have deadlines, we would procrastinate until the end of the world. Okay, that's just what we do. So when you open a new group, you need to make sure that you cut off people when you say you do. That is vital. When we end this group, we're going to end it on Friday, okay? And then we're going to open up our 21-day challenge for another 5 days or another 7 days. And we want to tell people that we're going to be opened up for the next 7 days. If you're not in, then you have to wait till next month, okay? No, you cannot skip out on that part. This month, we made exceptions because that wasn't clearly communicated, but now it is. And it's recorded, okay? So no more exceptions. The second question from Kim, just to verify, one round of all the groups.
I wanted to add to Sarah, like
okay,
personally, to Sarah's question, is this something that we asked them? And guys, you do want to maintain a one-on-one connection with them. So, for example, all of my participants, I message them personally because I want to engage on a personal conversation with them. And on top of it, once they share what they struggle with, maybe they're embarrassed, maybe they feel, like, oh my goodness, to share it. And once they share it with you once, it's going to be easier for them to share it in a group. So that's my personal 2 cents as well.
Crap. Oh, all right. I just messed up. I just kicked Kim out of the call. Sarah, can you tell her I'm sorry, and can you get her back on?
Okay, good.
Okay. Well, I want to make sure that she's on because this is her question. Okay, Elvia has a question too. So, Elvia, go ahead and ask your question while we wait for Kim to hop back on.
And if anybody else has a question, go ahead and put it in there as well.
Okay. Just so y'all guys know, I mean, the way that we are running these groups, and I think that you are really going to appreciate this, a lot of it is based off of human psychology. If you are a student of human psychology, these are things that they teach. They talk about, certain elements, exclusivity, scarcity, reciprocity. These are things that we are embedding in this group. Reciprocity. These are things that we are embedding in these groups to get our ratios higher so that they keep on moving with us. Okay, so I want you guys to be aware of those things. And if you pick up any psychology books, any human psychology books, there's a really good one called Influence. Like you'll notice, like you'll see, oh man, that's why we're doing this thing in this group. So moving along, we're waiting on Elvia's question, but Alex asked, for the last stage on Coach Basics, this is after the sign up as a coach, correct? Correct. Yes, that is absolutely correct. So our Coach Basics group is going to run very similar to this 5-day clean eating group. Okay, we're gonna get people on board, and we want to create a community.
Now unmuted.
We want to get people. Talking with each other. We want to create that community and find out what they want. Like what do you want out of an opportunity, or what do you want to get out of coaching? Because some people, they just maybe want the discount, and we're gonna let them know about it. Some people, they just they want to get onto these team calls on Tuesday, and we're gonna let them know about it. Some people, they just want to go to Summit and shop till they drop, and we're gonna let them know about it. And that's fine. We want to know what you want, and you'll see in these groups and in these Coach Sneak Peek groups, they're going to be really fun. They're going to be really fun, and it's going to open you up to a lot. So the Coach Basics group is for the people that say yes during the Coach Sneak Peek. If they say yes, hey, you know what, I want to rock and roll, we give them the opportunity to come on board with the Coach Basics. And we will run our Coach Basics together as a team every month. Every month is going to be ran together as a team, because that is a super, super important part of a new coach's experience as a Beachbody coach.
Yes, specifically for coaches.
Yeah, specifically.
Okay, so now Kim is back on.
Kim, you're back on. I'm so sorry. So sorry. Okay, so just to verify, one round of all the groups, or just this month of Clean Eating group? So this month Clean Eating group, it is going to, you can see we have quite a handful of coaches. What I see happening next month is possibly you and Sarah teaming together, and it's just you two in that group for the Clean Eating group. When we move to our 21-day challenge, the majority of you guys have already ran a 21-day challenge. We will have a specific number. You want to have a minimum amount of people in your 21-day challenge group. So when we get to that point, we want Okay, we talked about this. We want you to run your own 21-day challenge group. And the way that these 21-day challenge groups work is they don't have to be new customers. You want to invite previous 21-day challenge participants as well as new 21-day challenge participants. If you want to run it with another coach, that's between y'all two. If you guys want to tag team and run that group together, by all means do that.
So in regards to clean eating, yes, we are running this together this way so you can see how we run it, and specifically that psychology and the strategy behind it. And then this next month you will run your own. And the same thing with the 21-day challenge groups. You are running this on your own. And then you can make the decision between you and Sarah, and you make the decision if you want to partner up with a specific coach or not. For example, remember Sarah started running her 21-day groups, and guess what? You're probably only gonna have 3-4 people, 5 people in those groups, and you're gonna continue every month, continue hitting successful, continue getting new challengers, and those groups are gonna grow and grow and grow and grow. And if you ever see low activity or lack of engagement, then that's a sure sign of, hey, I need to invite more and get as many new challengers as possible every month, a new flood of challengers to create and build that energy and momentum.
Yeah, and having said that, remember that it starts with the 5-day clean eating group. So you're gonna have a lot higher amount of people in there because it's free. It's hard to say no to a free group, and what we're gonna show you and how to build those is really allow you to get more and more people into your 21-day challenge groups. The next step, though, the coach sneak peek, we will be running those together. We will be running our coach sneak peeks together. Ultimately, when you become a diamond coach, when you become a diamond coach, you should have a team underneath you that you can start leading those on your own.
Right, so Coach Basics and Coach Sneak Peek Coach Sneak Peek. I'm leading my own Sneak Peek with FitLatinas, and Ray is leading for Hope Nation.
Mm-hmm. But after that, our Coach Basics, everybody's doing it together.
Right.
Everybody's doing it together. Okay. So Elvia, thanks for being patient. If you already asked them by private message to please introduce themselves, and they said that they would, but they haven't, should we reach out to them again? No. No. This group is not to be pushy. We want to encourage participation, but we don't want to force it. When people are ready to open up, they will.
Or this goes to any group, guys. This goes back to you take a step, I take a step. You take a step, I take a step. And it's never like, come on, give me a kiss. You say, give me a kiss. It's let it continue to be natural. And if someone is not moving forward, the best thing you can do to help them is move forward yourself. And move forward with the people that are moving forward. And then they're gonna see that they're falling behind, and it's gonna encourage them to, oh yeah, I said I would. You just never know what's going on in their lives either.
You don't.
But remember, don't force the kiss.
Don't force it, unless you've had tequila. So another question. So Coach Basics and Coach Sneak Peek will be run as Hope Nation. Will the app be up in time for the next 21-day challenge? That's a good question. And to be honest, Steph and I, we were talking about that app, that 21-day app. And here's our take on it, guys. The most important part of these groups are the community building aspect of them. To get people to talk amongst each other, and like I showed you, for them to relate to each other. And with this new app, I'm not sure they have a community element built into it.
I'm still working on it.
And I'm not sure if they do. I'm pretty sure that they understand how it all works, and it will be a part of it. but I just want you to know that, that the most important part of these groups are communities, communities. When people ask me what I do, I say I build online support communities. Okay, that's what we want, to really pride ourselves in, is building these communities. Okay, did we answer everybody's question, or did I miss anybody? I love Sarah. She asks such good questions. And she types away. She's got her typing face on. Okay, my new coach isn't on Facebook. Any suggestions for her? I believe that's a really big reason why they created this app. And I'm not sure how it's going to work. If it allows us to build a community outside of Facebook, then we definitely will figure that out and incorporate it into our plan. But as of right now, there really isn't anything better than Facebook groups. So if she is up for it, I know that a lot of us have friends that want to stay off social media or Facebook for certain reasons. Ask who would create one. You wouldn't be the first coach to ask another coach to create a Facebook page account specific for Beachbody and to be a part of this community. I've asked people, and some have said yes, and some have said no. But it's definitely something that I would do if I had. And they told me how important it is. I would do it. I would put my pride aside and say, hey, this is.
Yeah, it's only going to propel your business forward.
Mm-hmm.
Connect, help people.
Exactly. Really great, guys. And that's all you can. Let her know that this is how people are building their business. And when the CEO is on Facebook and he's shooting video, then that the CEO of a billion-dollar company can have a Facebook account. Why can't you?
And post shake every day. Exactly.
I know. Where everyone can see each other's faces live at the end of the sneak peek, so everyone has questions to face. Frozen. Exactly. Yeah, we definitely are going to incorporate that into the sneaks. The community is a big part of it, guys. This right here. When we have our calls. Have another Zoom basis. Like, it's important. We understand it, and so we definitely will.
I don't call it super important. Letting people join Zoom for your 21-day challenge. It's like, hey, we're starting. What are your and ways to show the power behind it. And that's a great one.
Oh, that sounds.
Probably on robotic. What is wrong with the sound? All right, you can close it out?
Yeah. So, closing it out, we do have this call recorded. I'm not sure what happened earlier, but hopefully the recording carried along if you guys want to watch it, or at least watch the beginning part again, because what I covered in those initial slides is super important.
Yeah. Go ahead.
One more. So the emails that we send out and the tip that we're sending out on our Hope Nation page for this marketing plan specifically. Now that we have these these dates in place, and you guys know, what's coming next week or what's coming in 2 weeks, like we can better communicate what you should be doing. Alex asked me what his DMO should be. Your daily method of operation. That's what it is, right? Daily method of operation. And it's going to change. One thing never changes, and that is where you're always adding people. You always want to add people to your to your Facebook page. You're
always inviting.
You're always inviting. You're always inviting, but you're inviting to different things. You're inviting to different things, and we're going to continue to coach that with y'all guys.
But to close out the 5-day training, remember the number one priority here is to introduce them to the community. And I want you to keep in mind this flirting analogy. Am I diving in, asking for hand in marriage and 5 or 6 or 10 kids, or am I just taking it slow? And am I hyping up the community enough? Am I engaging enough? Am I making it fun for them so that they want to continue? Once, let's say that maybe on Sunday, we're no longer engaging. They're like, I want to continue having this positive energy in my life. I want to continue it, and I want to continue it with whatever's next. And it's the 21-day group. But I want to ultimately be a part of this community that is changing my life in a very positive way.
You're exactly right. That is a huge, huge part of this. And the other big part of this is discovery. Asking what people want. We've got this 5-day window to collect information, to gather information on how we can best serve these people moving forward. And everybody is different. Everybody has different needs. And this is a perfect opportunity, like Steph said, to build a community, get 2 people of the same neighborhood, connected, and start building the trust. Yeah, same hood. And start building the trust to open up.
Last question.
Okay, last question right here. When it comes to invite, do we focus on inviting to the next group we have coming up? Correct. So every day we invite a couple people to our next group. Good question. Okay, and I want to keep this as simple as possible right here. Okay, I want to keep this as simple as possible. Right now, we just started up a campaign that is going to duplicate every month. So it's going to get bigger and bigger and bigger for each and every one of you. If you have 4 people in this group right now, next month you're going to have 10. The next month is going to be 30. The next month is going to be 50 and 70 and 90. It's going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. So the really beautiful part of this campaign is as we progress, like this month is a learning experience for you guys, but you're going to be able to break down your month because you know what's coming up and you know where you're going to be able to focus your attention.
Focus your energy in.
Focus your energy.
Ultimately, guys, sorry.
When we get closer to our next 5-day sneak peek, our next 5-day clean eating group, the one for November, that's where you're going to be spending the majority of your energy. The 10 days before that is getting people into that group. After that group is done, you're spending your time nurturing those relationships. And then when we get into our coach sneak peek, that other discovery, okay, you're going to, the 5 days before that, you're going to be, making a concentrated effort to get them into that group. So knowing what's coming up is really going to allow you to identify where you should be exerting your invite energy into.
Yeah, and like Kim said, they're going to be more purposeful and organized. And ultimately, guys, remember that our ultimate goal is to get coaches. Mm-hmm. Ultimately, we want lifers, right? We don't just want a challenger for 21 days and boom, that's it. We want a lifer. We want someone who says, I'm in this for good. My life has changed and I want to continue in this lifestyle. Ultimately, coach is not just a title. It is a person who has committed to this lifestyle for good. Mm-hmm. And that's ultimately what we want. And so when you are inviting, always keep that in mind. It's not just here, okay, 5-day group here. Okay, coach sneak peek here. It's ultimately keep that big picture in mind.
Yeah, exactly. So it'll make more sense, guys. This is one call of many. But like Kim says, it's really giving us a zoned in approach. Like, hey, we're only gonna be talking about 4 things from now on. Just these 4 things, these 4 groups. That's what we're gonna be talking about. Every team call is gonna be about these 4 things, and how to get better at them. How to use what we learn, how to use the Beachbody tools to get better at these 4 things. And it's really going to simplify a lot, which is going to allow us to build more traction, more momentum, and it's going to allow your business to get bigger and bigger and bigger, faster and faster and faster. So that's what we have for tonight. So I'm going to go ahead and press end on this meeting, although I don't want to because we love hanging out with you guys. But we still have family in town, and we need to go give them some attention. For
1.5 days.
1.5 days. Hey, and on another note, to you moms out there, man, hats off. Goodness, gosh, hats off.
We're like, our energy's kind of low because we were babysitting all day.
You should have seen Steph earlier. She had 2 different shades of eyeshadow, some lipstick, some sprinkles, because they were playing makeup. But
guys, thank you so much for joining us and bearing through the choppiness and the robotic voices.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for smiling away. We know we're going to continue rocking these free groups, continue working and learning from each other, and never hesitate to ask or be open to something. We're always open to feedback. We're always open to growth and getting better because ultimately we're a team and together we rise.
Yeah, and great questions tonight, guys. Really, really great questions. You guys are helping us out just as much as we feel like we're helping you out. So good job on that. Thumbs up, fist bump.
Have a good night.
And we'll see y'all next week.
Wait. Picture.
Well, all right.
Say cheese. Oh, wait. Oh, okay. Alex is
now
popping
Alex
out.
comes on.
Now he wants to show
What a
face.
poser. Look at him. What? Selfie? What?
Hold on. Okay. Say cheese. 3, 2, and 1.
All right.
Good night, guys.
Good night.